Hi all, it's JK here and I'm back in my Golf R. I've just been enjoying some B-road action in my car. So this is just a cruise video really, and I'm going to go over a couple of things. I'm going to go over my car's depreciation. There's a couple of people who've been asking me what's the car worth now and how much is it lost. Interesting question, because it's one that when you're buying a new car you don't normally care about, so it's interesting that people would like to know that. And the other thing I'm going to go over is I'm going to go over the 5 litre V8 Mustang and my thoughts on it, and why I'm going to go over it basically. So depreciation, how much have I lost, and am I gutted, and so on and so forth. Basically I got a hell of a lot of money knocked off this car. It was a 36,500 spec car, sorry, 35,600 spec car, and I got it for 30,750 after a lot of negotiating in the dealership. So that's good. You might be thinking. I also got a full tank of octane fuel thrown in, so that works out something like 14.7 odd percent. So that's great. So I've had a couple of offers from a couple of let's say joy boys off YouTube, and they say, oh yeah, your car's worth 22 grand. I'd give 22 grand for it. They're obviously dreaming, because if you look on Auto Trader, shop prices might be everywhere, but for a 16 plate you're looking between 32 and 35.5 grand. That's with more mileage than mine as well. Mine's done at the minute, as we're talking now, 2,546 miles. So now I saw two the other day on Auto Trader, exactly the same spec as mine, DSG, infotainment system, Pretoria's, Lapis Blue on the 16 plate. One had done less mileage and one had done about 8,000 miles, and they were both from a dealer. They were two different dealers. They were both going for £33,500. Now I've had this valued from WeBuyAnyCar.com. They've offered me 24k for it, and I've had it valued through an insurance company at 24,500 preliminary. That's before I filled in all the details and whatever. So there you go. We got a low of 22 grand, which is dreaming. That's obviously people that are in the market for a Golf R, or they're trying to talk it down for some reason. Then I've been offered 24k, then I've 25, sorry, then 24.5, then I've been HPI valued it at 28,750, going by trend, what people seem to be selling them at. And then you got Auto Trader where it's 32,000, 33,500. So yeah, there you go. So at the worst case scenario, I've lost 25%. And 22k, no one's ever going to sell the Golf R for 22k, not unless they're really, really desperate. So yeah, that covers depreciation basically. Yeah, what I'd like to add as well, now people were saying to me in the last video as well that my S3 video, why I chose the Golf R over the S3, they were saying, yeah, you're right, Jay, about what you say, but the S3 retains its value a lot better than the Golf R does. Right, now that's interesting, because a few weeks ago I got speaking to a guy on Auto Trader, and he was saying the same thing. He was saying how the S3 might not be as fun as the Golf R, but you're going to get a lot of your money back. Now, I went on Auto Trader the other day and I managed to find a like-for-like car, a like-for-like S3 versus a Golf R. And the Golf R had leather interior, DSG, infotainment system, 21,000 miles on the clock, and he was asking £20,000 on a 64 plate. And the S3 was a 64 plate as well, again 21,500 odd miles, and he was asking the same price, not the same price, sorry, and he was asking £24,000. So that's a difference of £4,000. So if you buy new, if you go and look at brand new Golf Rs versus new S3s, there's a difference on a similar spec for £4,000. So there you go. Depreciation, where Audi's concerned, hits the car exactly the same. And in my experience with life and with cars, you know, they do depreciate the same. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose up to 33% in the first year of ownership. It's just a fact of life where cars are concerned. So yeah, there you go. let me know what you think to that. That's only one example, and obviously you can't base it on one example, you need to do a lot more than that. But because the specs never match, and because prices are everywhere, it's very difficult to compare how much has depreciation eaten into an S3 and an equivalent Golf R. And as I say, the example I found was they're equal. They both depreciate the same amount. Next, I'm going to go over the Mustang and why am I talking about it, and so on and so forth. So if you remember a few videos back, I did a video that asked the question, what car should I go for after Golf R? You know, when I sell it, not for a while yet, it'll be another year at least, probably keep it for 2 more years, I reckon. Maybe more, maybe I'll wait until the warranty expires and then get it piggybacked or stage 1, just to see what it's like. So yeah, a couple of videos back, we asked the question, what would I replace this car with? Some really good contributions in the comments, but the most interesting one was, why don't I take a look at the new Ford Mustang, not Ford Focus, Ford Mustang. Now, I didn't realise this, but for the UK spec there are 2 variants. There's a 2.3 EcoBoost, which is the one that when I test drove the Ford Focus RS, I got talking to the dealer about it, and it's what he wanted me to test drive as well. So there's the 2.3, but then more importantly, there's the 5 litre V8. 5 litre V8 Mustang, and it's for the UK market. That's fantastic, that is. And what's even better is it's getting amazing reviews. Jeremy Clarkson even likes it. Jeremy actually says it's a car worth buying, believe it or not. And the other amazing thing is, apart from the reviews, apart from Clarkson giving it his blessing, it's 36 grand. It's from £36,000. That's in manual form. There's an automatic box as well. Obviously, manual's the one to go for. Now, it's interesting because if I was going to go V8 around that price mark, well, around my budget, 50,000, 36k is nice. It's lovely. I'd be happy with that. The other thing I was looking at, it didn't have to be a new car. It was obviously, it could be used. I'd be looking at an M3 V8, the E90. They're going for about from £20,000 for as much as 25k. Saw one at Sittner's in Nottingham for 25,000, and it includes their warranty as well. So that'd probably be one to go for. Now, I've been watching YouTube videos comparing the two, and the difference between the two is obviously one's 4 litres V8, the other's 5 litre V8. The BMW is 4 litres. The BMW sounds more athletic, it sounds more sporty, which is interesting, whereas the Mustang sounds more muscular, it sounds louder, sounds more powerful. That would be obviously because it's 5 litres, and you know, they're both fabulous cars, so I want to test drive both if possible. But certainly I've got Ford ringing me, asking me if I'm in the market for a new car, even though they rang me 6 months ago and I said, look, I own a new Golf R now. They obviously want me to come in and have a word, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange a test drive with this Mustang. Now, the reason it's usually an American car, muscle car, is just for American roads, obviously, but the reviews, if you look at the reviews on this car, it's fun, fantastic fun to drive. On twisty roads it turns in well, and obviously it still retains the muscle power, the power of a muscle car, so you can do muscle power things and you can do drag racing and all that. It's got drag racing toys, but it does handle well on B roads, so yeah, it's fantastic fun. I've seen a few reviews, it's got grown men, you know, older than me, far older than me, giggling like schoolboys. So when a car does that to you, you know it's worth having a go. The way they've done it is they've used independent rear suspension apparently. Just going over the spec of the car quickly, it's a 5 litre V8 producing 414 horsepower. So it's not as bad as usual, where usually an American muscle car is like 6 litres, it produces like 200 brake. No, this is 5 litres producing 400 brake, so not too bad. And yeah, the reviews are really, really good on it, and I'm looking forward to test driving that. And it ticks all my boxes. It's a sports coupe, it's an head turner. Obviously I went for this car because I thought I'd be going to places like Leeds a lot, you know, dodgy parts of Leeds, dodgy parts of London, dodgy parts of Birmingham, but I've only been to Leeds once or twice in this. So, you know, I'd get away with, I've done such little mileage in this car, I've done less than I thought I would, At the minute it stands to be 2,500, like I say. I would have been able to buy something a bit more impractical, so something like a BMW coupe, or like I'm looking at now. I could have even bought the, because I was looking at the Alfa Romeo 4C. It was £50,000, although the reviews on that aren't very good, so that's what put me off. But I could have test drove one. Obviously I don't think you can buy them new now either, so yeah, that's where we're at basically. It's the Ford Mustang, and I can imagine it'd be awesome fun to drive. And then hopefully I'll be able to test drive the BMW M3 V8 as well, the 4 litre. That was a car I loved when I was younger, back in 2007. I had mine on that, and I had mine on the 911s at that time. So yeah, I hope you found the video useful and enjoyable. Let's discuss in the comments, see what you think. Cheers.